Hello to my Taurians. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your general reading. You know what, Taurus? This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below in the description. It'll be down below in the description. Or you can just go to my website, queenamunra.com, where you can get some of this awakening oil, gemstones, crystals, and all those other wonderful things. But I want to keep this focus on you. What I was picking up on before, laying your cards out for you all is that someone that you know who is a star. And when I say star, meaning that they already prepared for the 11th house, right? Doesn't mean big celebrity. I don't really look at stars as being celebrities. I'm talking about somebody that you know who has a lot of wealth, right? In a physical sense, like has a lot of money, did something to some people that you are aware of. You're aware of something, and their karma is happening right now. And so source is saying the fact that the energy of money is so attracted to you, source is trying to make somebody very wealthy. And it's almost like you're getting these downloads, but it's not. Somebody's like, okay, I'm still waiting to physically see money. When source is like, you got enough information right now of something that was done behind your back, right? And you've been carrying all of this weight, this emotional weight, crying about something and whatever. Or somebody could have a moon in Taurus somewhere near you. And I'm talking to you wherever Taurus is in your birth chart. You have enough information at this point where all you need to do is align yourself with somebody that the relationship is over with. I feel like somebody's child. You can have an adult child or older child. Somebody could be in college or older. I feel like whoever you are, Taurus, you and somebody are about to get paid big time, okay? From somebody who is very, very wealthy. But y'all know how like sometimes you got people who are not talking to each other, who should be talking to each other about a certain situation because somebody doesn't feel nurtured in a situation. It's almost like, let me put it this way. It would be like a very wealthy person did something to your child that they're too afraid to talk to either parent about, right? And because the two parents don't talk to each other, you'll never know how much wealth is involved in the whole situation because, again, people aren't talking to each other. They got family over here, a feud over here, and a feud over here. When source is saying you and somebody came together to create a child and y'all need to be talking because a very wealthy person did something and has somebody in terrified mode. I don't know if something happened when somebody was away at college or what the situation is, but the fact that you and somebody aren't talking and there's all these external voices, somebody is missing out on a lot of money. Something is not just even about money though. It's really about somebody not feeling safe enough to be open and talking to somebody. That's why I always tell kids, like young adults, speak up if you feel like your own parents are disrespecting you. Let them know, hey, I don't feel safe. That doesn't make me feel comfortable. Because when you lower your kids' worth and their value, they even are afraid to talk to you about somebody who has more money than you are. They just terrified. That's a particular spirit. It brings them all the way down to the lowest of low. They're so used to being talked to like a dog. The kids should stay in the kids' place and you're not until you move out on your own and I'm paying for all the bills. That's exactly what sets kids up for not speaking up in the presence of wealthy people or even telling their parents about stuff that wealthy people are doing stuff to them. Something is happening. Something is happening where somebody, I don't know if it's somebody you giving your child money and they don't ever have any money. It's something is going on where somebody's not seeing something. Somebody's just looking at everybody else's money growing and prospering, but a very wealthy person did something to somebody's child and either you or the other parent. So, and somebody is not speaking up. A boundary was crossed. A boundary was crossed. And if you don't speak up and say something, whoever you are, Taurus, and just ask, hey, Did anybody overstep any boundaries? Did anybody say anything? Just let me know, but not in a bullying type of way, like forcing a person to say it. Somebody should be able to feel safe to talk to you about anything, literally about anything, whoever it is. Is this somebody's child or children? Yeah, somebody took a short ride with somebody and they've been carrying a weight on their shoulders for a long time. It's almost like somebody caught somebody outside of somewhere and said, come on, let me talk to you about something. They could have been on travel or something like that, and somebody's been carrying a weight on their shoulders for a long time, and either you are picking up on something or the other parent is picking up on something, because somebody never really has any money. They never really have any money. They're always, and it goes beyond somebody is just not a good steward over their money. Somebody is really operating in a spirit of fear. They were impulsive when it came to something, and now, you know, they owe somebody who has a lot of money. But somebody overstepped a boundary, and I'm telling you, what I'm picking up on is either you or the other parent is about to get paid, because somebody is bold enough to say, I don't care how much money somebody has. They're going head to head with somebody. So your card is opening up the deck here, Hierophant. Your card opens the reading, and so it's a clear sign of alignment. Again, get in alignment without, even if you and somebody who has a child together don't speak to each other, y'all on the same frequency, something having to do with somebody's child or children, they made an impulsive move around money, which lowered people's abundance and their prosperity. You know what? Somebody else is going to handle this situation. So I'll just tell you what I'm seeing in the cards. The eclipse energy continues to stir change, guiding you to release what no longer aligns and step into your spiritual truth. Somebody's child is made a deal with somebody who has a lot of money, and it lowered two people's abundance and their prosperity significantly. And somebody's too afraid to talk about it. Somebody's too busy looking at the other parent's money growing to even see that a very wealthy person did something to someone's child or children. And if you don't get to the bottom of it, guess you best believe whoever you are, and you don't have to be a Taurus watching this channel, the other parent gonna get to the bottom of it. 5 of Cups. Something somebody did or said made somebody cry. The challenge is emotional release. So Spirit asks you not to dwell on losses, but to focus on the blessings and opportunities still present. Something is about to come out. Something is about to come out. Here we have the Empress card here, and this is the root of something. You're going to try to get to the root of something. At your root is nurturing and creation energy. And so Spirit encourages you to connect with abundance, creativity, and self-love. Okay? Somebody is being bullied. I can't say it no clearer than this. That's why the Hierophant came out. Somebody is being bullied. Somebody's child is being bullied by a very wealthy person. And I'm going to tell you this, if it takes a blowtorch under your hooves for you to wake up and snap out of whatever it is, I can tell you this right now, it won't take the other parent that. Somebody delivered a last sword. This is what a lot of people have in common. When somebody closest to you delivers one last sword in your back, it takes people a long time to recover because it's a sword wound, right? And so somebody, this is what you and I don't know how many kids people have, because I'm seeing 3. It could be you and one child and a parent. A sword wound could have been stabbed in your back, into the other parent's back, into your child's back, right? And all 3 of you all could have that in common, but could be healing differently, right? Whereas you may be saying, okay, I'm in receiving mode and I'm just in pain and I'm so distracted I can't even see a big payday right in my face. Again, something that somebody did or said. I'm almost going to put this reading away. I'm gonna continue with the reading because the information that's coming to me is so strong. It's like if you and somebody don't get it together, it's a you and another parent, because something was done to someone's child by a very wealthy person. Somebody who, even if you're, I can't even say celebrity because I don't even, celebrity, everybody is celebrated. So I don't even buy into the whole celebrity. That's people idolizing other human beings. I don't buy into that. Somebody is focusing on death. Like, okay, somebody's focusing on like a life insurance policy, or like, okay, somebody's going to die, if something doesn't happen. Whatever somebody says to somebody made them cry, and they were on some kind of vacation or trip or something. And somebody said something about somebody's parents were going to die, or something was going to happen to somebody's parents. I'm going to just say this. Let me pause and just insert myself in this for a second. If I ever found out somebody threatened my child and said to my child, and I know I got almost 200,000 subscribers, so I'm going to boldly say this. If somebody ever threatened my child that they were going to hurt me, if my child didn't do something, I want to talk to the person directly, because you ain't gonna threaten me. I don't care who you are and all how much money you have. You're not gonna threaten me. You better really for real be about it. You talk about somebody who is not afraid of death, right? That's not just, you have to be on a particular frequency, because what was said that would make somebody cry? What was said that would really make somebody cry? Somebody scared the life, or scared somebody to a rebirth. But you're not going to threaten me. I can tell you that right now. I don't care who you are. You're not going to threaten me. You better do it. You better do it for real. And I'm putting that on the World Wide Web. You better do it. Because somebody done stepped over a line. Somebody stepped over a line and threatened somebody. Somebody who would hold a whole lot of money, stepped over the line, got somebody terrified. People waiting on life insurance policies to be cashed. Somebody made some kind of an impulsive move. Somebody's child either got money from somebody who, like I said, a loan shark or something. Somebody got somebody, and take only what resonates with you. But anytime a death card shows up, somebody is obsessed with either being a star, which, like I said, I don't put any energy into that. I can't think of one person that I'd be tripping over tables and chairs to meet ever. And I met a lot of people. I can't think of one person. Not one. Because I've met everybody that I said I wanted to meet. Literally, I've met every single person I said I wanted to meet. But I said, okay, I sure would like to meet so-and-so. They are operating in North Node, and somebody operating in North Node, and they're thriving, right? I've met every single person I said I wanted to meet, literally. And if I said today I want to meet somebody that I'd never met, and I'm like, okay, I should. It would have to be with a purpose. Like, okay, I want to meet this person because, they got some great advice, or, how did you start your company, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's time for somebody to schedule a vacation, for real. It's time for somebody to schedule a vacation, because somebody still feel that's still in your identity. Somebody from your past, somebody. So if you're feeling this in your body, we're coming up on the first quarter moon in Capricorn, right? Somebody carries a lot of emotions in their back. It could even be the way that they walk, right? They may carry like in their midsection, like their stomach may bulge out or whatever, but somebody is carrying a lot of emotions with them. Even if somebody's child, let's say for instance, is pregnant, let's say in the physical sense is pregnant, and somebody said, okay, this is your child, and they scared and they nervous or whatever the case may be. Okay, then we need to go find out whose child it really is. You need to find out whose child it really is. Should you double back for them? Yeah, you have a new attitude. You have a whole new attitude. Ain't no way in the world. The angel, the healer and protective travelers is with you. Yeah, but your next love interest will make you happier. But somebody threatened somebody. That's what this is. Somebody threatened somebody. They're gonna do something to somebody. Child, listen. They better do it. Whoever it is. Because ain't nobody walking around in fear. You have to be at a particular frequency for that. It's not like you want something to happen to somebody, but don't threaten somebody. Somebody was on a vacation and decided they wanted to steal, they wanted to take something from somebody. And they're a shapeshifter. They're a shapeshifter. And you're not doubling back for whoever this is. They're a shapeshifter. But somebody very wealthy is playing some kind of role in threatening people. Not when you can put something on social media in 5 minutes. So and so threatened somebody, blah 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 blah. They said they was going to do this and that, blah blah blah. The new one is extra special. But yeah, somebody from your past threatened somebody's child and said they was going to do something. It's time to have a talk with the parent, whoever you are, whoever the other parent is, unless the parent is the one that's threatening somebody. I don't know if that's the case, but it's you versus you. It's time to heal your wounded warrior. That's your Chiron. Chiron is currently retrograde. You have the gift of clairaudience. This is clear listening to something. Create the change that you want. Somebody apologizes for hurting you. Yeah, your peace is paramount. But somebody threatened somebody's child. You have the gift of deja vu. Take a leap of faith. And people out here threatening people's kids, they have completely lost their mind. Somebody threatened somebody over some money. But things are being balanced out right now. You're divinely protected. A lot of people are divinely protected, but ain't nowhere in the world somebody threatening somebody over some money. Like, what? Who's doing all of that? A straight up ridiculousness. Some of you all have familiar spirits around you right now. People who live upstairs from you, downstairs from you, and they could have a dog, right? That's giving you every message under the sun. Every kind of. Y'all remember the movie? Y'all remember the show Lassie? And how animals can also give you, like, you have a lot of ancestors around you. So you may have seen a lot of birds lately. You want to start jotting all that down, not just passing them by. Like, why is all these birds out in the street? But your ancestors are all around you trying to let you know that you're divinely protected and you're going through some kind of a rebirth, right? Usually with this card, when the death card comes out, I'll tell people, okay, you're going through a kind of rebirth. You're going into, you know, such and such. But somebody is scared. Somebody is scared of a rebirth. They're looking at death in a physical sense, like, okay, somebody is dying or somebody is going to die if such and such doesn't happen, if somebody doesn't balance something out. Basically, let me just say this. Somebody in the physical sense in your reading, if it was a different spread out here, somebody in the physical sense in your reading is saying that they will be someone else's karma if a debt is not paid. They will be somebody's karma themselves if a debt is not paid. Your intuition is telling you something. So each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. So how liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. This is somebody's child. It's your child, whoever your child is. Because I'm seeing in number 3. So somebody had a talk with somebody. Whenever you see the Empress card, Gemini rules 3rd house. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Gemini, but Gemini rules 3rd house. And you see all these fish here. It could be a Pisces or somebody who has a lot of psychic gifts or whatever. Somebody was talking about, like, maybe even doing some kind of dark moon magic. Like, you know, I can't say it on this side. I'm better to say it on the Patreon side, but I'll just say death spells. I'll just put it that way. That they're going to end someone's life. It scares somebody. But you have to be at a particular frequency for that even work. You got to be at a particular frequency for that to work. So somebody is basically like, they better balance something out, or they're going to do something to somebody to make somebody feel worthless, to make 2 people feel worthless. Basically, like it would be equivalent to you've been knowing something smells fishy, like something is not right or something is off. It's equivalent to this. I'm going to tell you how dark it gets whenever you see the death card. It's like I have some video footage on somebody, 2 people, right? Either you or your child or something like that. And when I say child, I'm not talking about little kids, okay? I'm talking about adult kids. And I'm going to expose something that's going to go all over the world. One, every encounter that we have where your clothes are off, you should be remembering who you were with. Nobody should ever be in a drunken state where they don't remember where they were or who they were around or whatever the case may be. If anything, I'll say this about myself. If anything ever came out on social media, and I would know exactly who did what. I would know exactly who did what. Even with the technology, I would know exactly who did what. That wouldn't threaten me not one bit. I would know exactly who was at the helm of it. Even if they were like, I didn't know anything about this, and I don't know I did so and so. With the fact that that's what Source is trying to get somebody to learn how to do, is like listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Stop saying I don't believe something until I physically see something. Somebody is basically like, I would put an end to somebody's star. I know this about you. I got video footage, or I got this. And they talking to somebody basically like threatening somebody, like, you know, in a car, basically, you know, in a short distance. Oh, we only live a short distance from each other. I know I could get to that person. That would be like equivalent to saying, hey, I could end that person. All I have to do, I own that apartment building. I'll send the maintenance person in there to do something to you. Somebody never stop loving you and trust your first mind. In other words, somebody is totally... So Tower is about to come down on somebody. And I don't have anything against anybody with money. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Money is a form of energy. But when you use it to threaten people, that you're going to do this and that to people, hey, don't talk about it, do it. Happiness. Don't talk about it, do it. Because what is the purpose? Yeah, life purpose. So I just want you to start focusing on, come out of this second house and get all the way up to your, because this is your child. This is your child. Whoever this is your child. Somebody threatening somebody, and maybe because they feel like you are a loner, or that, you know, whatever the case. But you got to be on a particular frequency. You got to be on a particular frequency. So I don't know who this is apologizing for hurting you. I have no idea who this is apologizing for hurting you, for what they hurt you for. I have no idea. You have to pray about it. But this is what I will say. If somebody think they have enough money to humiliate, this is a humiliation ceremony, to humiliate you and your kids, I suggest you get on top of it with the quickness. I suggest you get on top of it. You have the gift of deja vu. This is remembering the future. So I don't know who hurt you. I don't know somebody on that particular frequency where they not forgiving. You can forgive people and still cut off access to what goes on with you behind closed doors. But somebody that you've ridden in a car with at some point, somebody in your family, somebody, whether it's the other side of the family or your side of the family, but somebody was in a car with somebody and basically talking about putting an end to somebody. They either got a wealth of knowledge, video footage, or whatever the case may be. I'm telling y'all, I would be able to trace it right back to who was involved in it. Even if I hadn't talked to them in years, because you just know how some people operate in your family. You know how low vibrational and how messy some people in your family or on the other side of the family are, that they would be capable of doing something. I would take that right straight to federal authorities and be like, this person right here, this person right here, this person right here. I'm giving them every kind of motive under the sun. Too many people too worried about being liked by everybody instead of being respected by people. This right here lets me know that people just be crossing boundaries in people's family. They just be saying anything, crossing boundaries. And they cross the boundary with somebody's child by threatening to do something to end somebody. Now somebody's scared and somebody's getting paid. That's why somebody's child never have any money. I'm gonna just say this: if that was my family, if I oh God, look, if I found out anybody in my family did that, when I tell y'all, they would be read for so much filth, on top of the authorities being involved, they wouldn't get past my mouth. I wouldn't care who it was. So a whole new beginning is starting for you, because somebody who could, like, what's this, the 8th card right here? Scorpio could be involved in something. Or it could be 2 people, a karmic couple. It could be 2 women, a man and a woman, whoever is involved in some stuff. But it's caused somebody some emotional loss. Like they've just withdrawn emotion. Like they don't know what to say. They don't know who to talk to. And everybody pointing fingers at somebody and this, that, and the other. There's something about flying west. Somebody could have been on the west coast and something happened to somebody. And I'm telling y'all, somebody's child started crying. I keep saying this over and over and over again. I don't know who I'm talking to, but all parents know when their kids don't sound right. That's all parents. Every single parent know when their kids, their voice is shaky, they don't sound right, whatever the case may be. And somebody said that they was going to end somebody. That's why somebody never has any money. They're trying to mask something after being involved with somebody says something legally. They're going to do something to somebody's legally. You're going to have to come see me personally in my face, whoever you, I don't care who you are. You're going to have to come talk to me. Because what was said, because I don't believe in violence at all. But legally, let's go to court then. Let's go to court. Let's go to court. But somebody is wearing a mask. Somebody is trying to hold on, like, but they're dealing with green with envy, vain, vengeful, green with envy spirits that's coming for you, whoever you are, financially. They come, y'all. I can't even. Y'all know how protective I am of my collective community. I want everybody to be happy, high vibrating, uplifting, all that other stuff. That's anybody. I wouldn't care who you are. You could be an enemy watching my channel. I still would want the best for you and your kids, whoever you are, because that's just not my spirit. But somebody threatening somebody's child because they want something and they're gonna make them and make you and them pay for it. I suggest y'all get on top of it. It's time to flourish. Because you're gonna have to come see about me. For real. I'm so for real serious. And I'm not talking about violence either. See, that's the problem. People running out here acting like they teenagers. Want to jump people, want to fight, put hands on people. That is just as gutter and low vibrational as they come. Somebody wants you to surrender. Somebody wants you to surrender. And it's time to start praying. People need to act like adults. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, when it comes to people's kids, I'm no respecter of person. I don't care who your kids are. You can't stand me. For real. If your kids are involved, nah. All bets are off. I'm praying for everybody's kids, whoever you are. It doesn't really matter. Because something happened. It's a whole new beginning here. And somebody has emotionally withdrawn because of a Scorpio. Scorpio said something to somebody about something legally and it made somebody cry. Taking 2 people to court. Somebody was wearing vain, and something happened out west. I don't know where y'all are because this is the World Wide Web, but something happened out west. I don't know what country or continent you on, but west or wherever you are, right? And so basically somebody that they'll end 2 people. And it's a whole lot of finger pointing going on right now. A lot of finger pointing is going on right now about who did what, who said this and that. And people are not talking to each other like big grown adults. They're getting people's kids involved in something. No, the adults or whoever is involved needs to talk. Somebody's dealing with a Scorpio and Aries. You're dealing with Libra or like Libra. Or you're dealing with somebody thinks somebody's a fool. That's what you got this card right here. Somebody thinks that somebody is a fool. For some reason, somebody thinks whoever you are, Taurus, somebody thinks that you're standing on top of the world, that you got all this going on. You know what? There's somebody in the religious community. Child. It's time to get your solar plexus chakra together. There's somebody in the religious community. Somebody that really wants to partner with you and form some kind of an alliance, but they out here playing thugalicious. Child, if these people don't go sit down. So somebody in the religious community, they trying to do something to you or your kid, whoever. Taurus. I don't even know what to tell y'all. I really don't. Somebody wants to be in some kind of a partnership with you, but the way that they're going about it, they feel like you are on top of the world and they feel like you are not using some kind of wisdom. So they making threats, whoever this energy is. Pointing fingers, doing all this, everybody pointing fingers at everybody. How many fingers you got to keep pointing at people? Bottom line is, it's a whole new beginning. You're divinely protected. It's time to open your mouth and start having some conversation. Heal from whatever past relationships are over and all this other stuff. And somebody wants somebody to surrender. don't know if somebody wants you to surrender, but even if your kids weren't involved, this should be such a high vibrational adult conversation for people. People doing too much spying and scrying into people's energy and trying to find out this and find out that instead of talking directly to people. Okay, that's what I'm saying here. That's what I'm saying for your cards. So send out prayers, love. I'm sending out love and light, good energy to people. But somebody is emotionally withdrawn because they feel like their money is drying up. They feel like it's hard for them to focus because their money is drying up, and they just wait for somebody to just help them with something. And people are looking at that. They need to be wiser stewards over their money. That's not the issue. The issue is they were threatened. Somebody was threatened. How you expect? Okay, how does somebody explain? Let's say, for instance, your kid, because I'm looking at somebody who is with child, right? So it does not always like with child in terms of like a person that's physically pregnant. Somebody could be pregnant, I don't know. So if that's the case, congratulations. But the way that I'm interpreting this reading here is their abundance and prosperity is growing, but they can't even let their abundance and prosperity grow without somebody taking it. And you're asking, okay, why do you never have money? Like what is your financial situation? And they got some kind of an excuse around something. Maybe they owe somebody some money, right? They're purging, right? They should be purging, but something around whenever you see the death card, when the moon moves through Scorpio, it connects us with time, and it connects us with sacred sex, right? Supposed to, right? But somebody may have felt like something wasn't sacred. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Somebody feels like somebody got somebody on video, and if somebody's on a dark web, and they could put it into somebody's star. So let's say, for instance, somebody had a sexual encounter with the same sex or opposite sex, or somebody got nude images or something, it would be something like that, right? It would be something like that, and everybody pointing fingers at who did what. But when you know who could have done it, you don't even have to go that far down the rabbit hole. You really don't have to go that far down the rabbit hole, because it's who are they connected to. Some of y'all should know some of y'all exes are still running around here bitter Bettys, whether they bitter Bettys or bitter Bens, running around here still mad at you over something, and they thinking, okay, I can get you back. I can't get you back directly, right, Taurus, but they'll get your kids back. No sir and no ma'am. That's not how that's going to happen. It's not going to go down like that. Somebody feels like they want a partnership with you, so they say, okay, well, we're not going to talk directly to Taurus, because Taurus be like hell to the no. But if they can get to your kids, which caught somebody's kid, because remember, the dark side of the solar plexus is somebody being bullied, exhausted, having anxiety, causing them digestive issues. That's a dark side of solar plexus chakra engine, because somebody wants to be significant. Man, listen. That's all I got to say. Just, man, listen, for real. It's no freaking way. So you may be seeing the black cat. So source is saying that's a good luck charm for you. You may have seen a black cat. But you got energies all around you. Somebody could be right in your apartment complex. If you live in an apartment or a condo or whatever, somebody could be right there. This is how familiar spirits, they would use money to plant people around you. But you got to be on a particular frequency to be afraid, right? High frequency, be like, hold on. You don't even have to act like that. Like, who is telling you that? You can have an adult conversation. You need to have an adult conversation with me, and you have an adult conversation with law enforcement. Which one you want to have? Because they ain't going to be sitting around here tussling. They got stuff to do. Who you want to have an adult conversation with? But what are you talking about? But something has caused somebody to be emotionally withdrawn. It's caused somebody to be emotionally withdrawn, and people are not speaking up. Somebody needs to talk to their kids. Child or kids or whoever. Somebody need to have a conversation about something, because either somebody is physically pregnant and people don't know who the father is or who the mother. I mean, if it's a woman that's pregnant, then somebody don't know who the father is, or if somebody's abundance and prosperity is growing and people are wondering how people's abundance and their prosperity growing, they're thriving behind closed doors. You know, how are they thriving behind closed doors? Like somebody may need to talk to somebody about something, but there's an Aries involved in something. Somebody is just very impulsive, and something about it is very unhealthy and very wounded. And somebody is talking about death, ending somebody. Y'all put the piece of the puzzle together if you want to, but something happened out west where somebody cried. Somebody cried about something. It says somebody not talking about something. You got a Taurus involved in something that pulls somebody into something, right? Behind someone's back. And they're basically saying, I know somebody did something behind my back, right? But who I feel like, whoever I'm talking to, if this is somebody's child, they are so caught off guard. They have no idea what people are even talking. If it's your child and somebody really wants to get to you, Taurus, your child don't have nothing to do. They don't even know what people are talking about. Somebody's like trying to make your child pay for something that somebody could be assuming that you did. If that's not some low vibrating cowardice mess, I don't know what is. So it's saying to you, choose wisely. When you pointing fingers, choose wisely. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful for somebody. But like I said, I'm very protective of my collective community because I know people are going through a whole lot of things. And when people are assuming that people are doing stuff behind their back, you better know down to every time, even when you went to a department store, you changed in a department store setting. Okay, this is how I used to have my hair cut. This is how I used to wear my hair. If you wear a wig, this is the year I was wearing this kind of wig, or this when I had my hair shaved bald, or if I was wearing locks, or my hair was color blonde or red or black or whatever. This is around a year. Okay, who was I dating? Somebody's learning how to connect the dots. This is who I was dating around that time. This is why I was married to this person around that time. Oh yeah, I remember that ex, they had an issue with so-and-so. You should be able to be that clear about who you were around during that time. I used to go to this church, mosque, or temple around these type of people, or whatever the case would be. Even if it's a different space of time, and they could be linking up with some new people that they may be, who knows what's going on with these people. They could be connected to some people that do stuff behind their back and they don't know it. But Source is trying to tell you it's time for you to start narrowing down everything and start doing a full cord cutting ceremony. Like you be cutting umbilical cord, cut a full something having to do with a religious community. Something having to do with a religious community. Somebody took a short ride with somebody and had a conversation. They want them to surrender something. So, somebody not telling somebody something. Somebody not telling somebody something. But when everything comes out and everybody's sitting there shocked and dazed. Oh my God, well you should have said something. No, you can't point to somebody who's scared. You can't point. That's the wrong. That would make a person clam up. That make them feel even more unsafe. You should have said something. No, you should have asked. Because you're this close to something big coming through. You should have asked. Hey, all this putting all the blame on one person. Well, you should have said. Nah, couldn't be me. Because hey, look. My payday coming in and you yelling at me talking about I should have said something, and I'm sitting here telling you I'm scared and I'm nervous and I didn't know what to say and I'm just still being blamed. Guess what? You ain't getting a dime of anything I'm getting. Not one skinny penny. Nothing. Okay? A seed was planted by a Capricorn. A Capricorn would say something to somebody about linking up with some people. And somebody in that two of these energies were bullies. They the one that planted some kind of seed. They somehow they obsessed with sex or money or limiting people in some way, shape, form, or fashion. A Capricorn said something to somebody. But two people said something to a Capricorn. They planted a seed. So somebody has some kind of an addiction or greed or envy or materialism or compulsion. You know what I'm also picking up on, Taurus? I don't know who you are. I don't know if you had one kid or two, because when I'm seeing the number 3 right here, it could be 3, you, a parent, and a child, right? I'm picking up on like, because y'all are ruled by Venus, so a lot of y'all may have nice homes or whatever the case may be. Somebody may have looked at your kid or your child and figured, oh, they got this and that, you know. How can I word this? Somebody could have looked at your home or your child's home or something like, I mean, not child's home, your home or your ex, or if you apart from somebody or whatever, or maybe you with your person or whatever, you and your person, y'all must have a nice home. Something y'all must have is nice, because I'm looking at the 10 of Pentacles here, right? And somebody is trying to get something out of you, but through your kids or your child. I'm gonna just say child. It made somebody cry. Whatever it is, if somebody has a Taurus moon, it made them cry. Somebody also, somebody could be a Pisces, because Pisces symbolism. But somebody, whenever you see that Pisces energy, they rule 12th house, and that's about ending something, right? Then of course you got the death card right here. So somebody is basically like, I can end somebody by exposing something that goes all around the world. The fastest thing for people to get all around the world is through the World Wide Web, through the internet. Somebody got some kind of dirt on somebody who wanted to be a star. It's almost like I said, it's extortion. Somebody's extorting somebody. I suggest y'all start talking to y'all kids. Whoever you are, I suggest you strongly, you start talking to your kids about who they were in a relationship with. Did somebody threaten them? What did they say exactly? And for real, get federal law enforcement in it. You talking about doing something to expose somebody all over the world? Get federal law enforcement involved in that. Forget all that craziness. Ooh, shut that mess down with the quickness. We got time for the craziness. Somebody out here wearing a mask. Psst. Child, please. They would be they'd be arrested so fast. It'd make their head swim, and everybody who is connected to them. I want every last person connected to them and investigated. Every single person. So if this don't apply to you, it don't apply to you. But somebody's child is being extorted for money. Take it for whatever, you know. If it's not your child, don't even get all up in arms. I just pick up on energy. Part of my assignment is to go down to the lowest frequency and then bring everybody back up. That's gonna be your solution right there. If somebody is threatening to send something all over the world, that sounds like federal. That ain't even local. That's not sitting within, you know, that's not intranet, that's internet, that's all over the World Wide Web, and everybody pointing fingers at somebody. I would go straight in to whomever. Hey, we just have to hash it out later and figure out, okay, you didn't do it? Okay, well then who you connected with? You need to start singing like a freaking canary. You need to start talking. Somebody wants somebody to surrender something. What exactly does somebody want somebody to surrender? That they would threaten your child. So good luck to you. That's what I have for you. But a religious community is connected to that. According to this card right here, somebody say you need to use wisdom because we got connections. Okay, well, hey, you do too. You got connection with God. I'm telling y'all, somebody basically is acting like. Somebody is acting like, instead of them wanting a partner, instead of them saying to you, whoever you are, Taurus, hey, you know what? Let's sit down for coffee, tea, whatever. Let's partner out. Let's sit down, whatever. They rather go to this. Child, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this camera off for real, because somebody that lost their mind, somebody that lost all their scruples, child, they that lost their marbles, because somebody's obsessed. Somebody is obsessed. They greed. They focusing on money, and somehow they think that you the piggy bank, or you the cash cow, or you the it wouldn't be me shedding no tears. If I was shedding tears, I'm shedding tears because maybe what they may have said or did to somebody. But I'd be beyond tears, child. Forget all of that. I'm taking you. Hey, let the law enforcement hash it out. Let them figure it out. They got people there. They can help them. But I feel like somebody talked to somebody. Somebody had a conversation with somebody. They planted a seed about you and somebody else. Somebody need to talk to their kids. That's what I have for you. Or your child. I don't know who it is. That's what I have for you all. But I don't know. Somebody think you just got it. Somebody feel like you got an overflow of wealth somewhere. I don't. Yeah. Somebody feel like you wearing a mask. Somebody feel like you're the one that's wearing a mask. You got all this money. I mean, maybe Maybe y'all was like the man in what country was it? The man who found like yeah, somebody travels all over the world. I don't know what you do, but you must travel all over the world. But something traveled that you have it like that, right? And so now everybody pointing fingers at who did what, who could have been involved, and whatever the case may be. Because people are obsessed. They're obsessed with the material world. So Taurus, whoever you are, I'm sending you love and light. I'm sending you prayers. I hope somebody's kids or child is not wrapped up in some stuff where people really believe. But somebody wants somebody to surrender something. I don't know what they want to surrender, but